We had our darling jewels of the Democrat Party, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib, a screeching rage as Trump declares U.S. government should put Americans first before illegals. Check this out.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases...
Be quiet, please. Just be quiet. Be quiet! Quiet, woman! Trump needed to do what he did with, what's that reporter again? He was like, quiet, piggy! Quiet, piggy! I guess Ilhan Omar's not that fat, but maybe the Rashida Tlaib.
Penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourselves.
So true! You should be ashamed of yourselves! Incredible. Trump. USA. By the way, the fact that Democrats can't even join in on the chant of USA, USA, USA. And then, by the way, this is the chant when you go to any conservative conference or conservative event. This is what conservatives are chanting and Republicans are chanting. Democrats never chant USA, USA, USA. Why? Because they're not patriotic. They hate America. That's how much they hate America. They can't even join in on the chanting their own country.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Like a Trump mogging. Trump mogging. It is absolutely insane. Like, they should have been removed from the floor. There's a screeching. Ah! While he's talking about the illegals who are murdering innocent American citizens, who are bringing in drugs, killing so many Americans. Do people need a reminder that the #1 cause of death for adults aged 18 to 45 is fentanyl overdose? That's the #1 cause of death in America today. Like, it is unthinkable. It's unthinkable. And the thousands of Americans who were killed by illegals or assaulted by illegals, the amount of fraud that happens from illegals, they don't care about that. Like, Democrats have nothing, absolutely nothing to say. They have absolutely nothing to say about the American citizens who were killed and brutally murdered by illegal aliens. But they will mourn the death of criminal illegals, violent illegal aliens. They'll mourn the death of people like Alex Good, or what was it, Alex Preddy and Renee Good? Got their names mixed up. These violent left-wing agitators, they'll mourn their deaths. But they will not mourn the deaths of American citizens. They won't mourn Irina Zarutska. They wouldn't stand for her. They had no mention about her. They wouldn't mourn any of these American citizens like Laken Riley, who are brutally murdered by illegal aliens who should not have been in this country. But they will mourn criminals. They will mourn violent criminals. They will mourn foreign aliens. They will mourn violent left-wing agitators. And they'll screech, they'll holler. Ilhan Omar said publicly that her allegiance lies with Somalia over America. That she's here to pander to and to benefit the Somalian community and to Somalia, not America. These are textbook traitors. And I took this screenshot, which went kind of viral, and everyone's been using this to AI things, which has been really funny. It's Dumb and Dumber. It's Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. Literally. Like, whatever gets these two women out of Congress is my politics. Whatever gets these two women and people like these two women out of this country is my politics. Reminder, in a not so distant past, in American history, these two would have been denaturalized, deported, at the very least, ran out of the halls of Congress and not be able to represent America anymore. Why? Because they don't represent America. They don't represent America. Hey, don't insult Harry and Lloyd. Truly, this is them. This is them, the SpongeBob meme. Dumb and Dumber. And this is the difference. You have these war heroes. You have veterans. You have true American patriots. This is an American. And then this is not an American. Truly. So the difference is real Americans whose loyalty lies to America, who loves America, who can trace their ancestry back to the foundations of America, or at least the building of America, versus paperwork Americans. Real Americans versus paperwork Americans. Paperwork Americans who, yeah, by paper, on paper, they're American naturalized citizens, but in spirit and in truth, truly, they are not Americans. They have no allegiance to America. They hate America. They hate the Lord and God of America, who is Jesus Christ. If you hate our God, you hate this country. You hate this country's history, customs, traditions, norms. You won't even speak the country's language. You're not an American. You're not. So that is not hateful. And people need to get over this. Over the stigma of these name calling of being xenophobic and hateful and racist. No, it is not hateful to denaturalize and deport people whose primary allegiance lies with the foreign country over their host country. There's nothing hateful about that. Orrin McIntyre said this: paperwork doesn't make you an American. Never more clear than tonight. Lefty Crypto says this is not an American. And everyone knows. Everyone in the world, if you take a first look at Ilhan Omar, you would not think she's an American. She has a hijab. She's Somalian. You would think she is a Muslim African. That's not an American. You can't say that's an American. Oh, Kongman, don't you think when people look at you, they're not going to think that you're Korean? Yeah, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. Like, they see me and they see a Korean. They see a Korean. Wherever I go in the world, they see a Korean. But I understand that. I understand that I'm a Korean. I'm a naturalized citizen. I'm a guest. And as an immigrant, as a guest to this country, which I love very much and very dearly, it is not my place to go and start mouthing out about how America needs to be more diverse. Oh, America needs to be more this or that. Americans should speak more Korean. I'm not going around saying that. I'm not saying that America needs to look more like Korea. I side with heritage Americans. I side with Americans. I side with American patriots who love this country, whose ancestors built this country. That's who I side with. Because I want America to be America. That's the bottom line. Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, screeching out, ah! Ah! And I think also there's a clip, and maybe I can find it. There's a clip where when they're chanting USA, 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 Rashida Tlaib is going like, ah, 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 ah. And a lot of people are surmising, because we didn't hear what she actually had to say, but she's saying KKK, KKK. And it's crazy, because if that's truly what she chanted, KKK, KKK, I can't even, like think about it. When they're chanting USA, the first thing that you think of is not chanting USA along with them, but is chanting KKK, KKK, KKK. Man, that's a person who hates America. Absolutely. You can't even chant the initials of your country and be proud of that. Do you know how insane that is? You're a traitor. That is an utter betrayal of the American people. You have no place in Congress. You have no place in the government. And sure as heck, you have no place in this country. Again, I don't say that to be hateful. Like, I don't hate these people. I have great disdain for some of their behavior and the way that they act, but I actually want the best for them. I love my enemies. I just think the most loving thing to do is to abide by what they love and accommodate their loyalties, which is Ilhan Omar's primary loyalty is to Somalia. Okay, go back to Somalia. No, you can't do that. Why not? Why not? It's clear that your primary loyalty is to Somalia. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.